financial field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Well, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate the quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
18, right here. 19, right. Trap 50, trap 50.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
All right, you and I both know that was a lucky play, but I got to give him credit. Going up on the tip and catching that one.
Stayed with it, made his own luck, didn't he?
And he used his size there. Had a defensive back mentality to go up and get the ball on the tip, but used his size. I mean, tight ends going up and getting it, sometimes they can knock people out of the way and finish the play.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down now, it's Saunders, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
60 Maverick.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after try forthcoming. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joseph Osai coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. To throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this first down at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort from minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Whitaker. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Hey, pass.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
interception. For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's go now.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd down, it's Saunders, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 76 yards. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
The point after is good, and it makes the score 21-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
18-11.
Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
60 Maverick, 79 Broncos. Seven Pirates.
On play action, they'll throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. And that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Saunders. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll set up a throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. Just being...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And oh, it's blocked. And the Vikings have got it. Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. 20. 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And where they are on the scoreboard almost dictates taking this big shot and trying to get right back into the game. They took it there and couldn't connect. Despite the defense being ready, go ahead and force it downfield. See what you can get.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Whitaker. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. 3rd and long now after the sack. We'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over. Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination? Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here. Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead. And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted.
well as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 75 yards. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Cook up the gut. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Here we go.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
The 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to serve it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. Finding room at midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 79 Broncos.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And now here's another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Second and long. He's going to air one out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Philadelphia, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here